When I arrived from the States 3 weeks ago, I received this awesome task of handling a family crisis, that is, dealing with the death or the impending death of our mother. Mommy wanted more time to live and continue her work and cherished dreams. But the facts were clearly laid before us that in medical assessment, her prognosis was poor and grave. To most of our friends and relatives, especially the close members of our family, everything seemed ironic and unreal. I had no answers for the question why, but I only had the painful task of telling the truth. Mommy, I knew that she knew what was going on, but she was very much concerned about how each of my brothers and sisters, daddy and all her sisters and relatives felt about the truth, which would certainly hurt them. So she needed somebody to relate the facts, lay it bare, and make it known. And she simply didn't want to hurt the feelings of everybody. She had so much concern for all of us. So I took the task of telling that she was dying, and she was going to die fast, and she will be in pain. And I had to tell my sisters what a gruesome picture it could possibly be, and whether they would all be ready. Look, this is how mommy is gonna look like. She's going to be thin, emaciated, be very jaundiced, she will have difficulty of breathing, she might even bleed. And this may take days or even months, but I wanted everybody to be aware and be ready to have the strength to deal with this. The shock was brief, but everything that followed was almost providential and more comforting. I assure you that this was almost healing to mommy. Each day after her surgery, she handled its morbid complication just as Christ journeyed through Calvary. It was prayers, spiritual comfort that kept her through all the pain. My sisters, Marisa especially, Marvick, and most of our relatives who stayed with us would notice that mommy would even moan in pain, clench her teeth even in her sleep. If you never felt pain before, this is pain, and I would see what pain is. I've seen a lot of patients, and I've never felt and I've never seen pain as when I saw mommy. But I used to tell her, Mommy, this is your cross, and I know you're gonna carry this with you. Our Lord won't give you a cross that you cannot carry, I assured her. And I comforted her with the fact that there are a lot of other people dying of cancer in the whole world, but they don't have any money. They die in pain, and they just die in pain. They don't have doctor daughters or sons or husbands and friends who would take care of them, and nobody is gonna give them all these luxuries of medicine that she could possibly give her. She was so comforted by the fact that we were there at her bedside. All her friends, classmates in UST were taking care of her and assured her to give her the best. Even here in Cagayan, the doctors here have been so kind. The sisters have been so generous with her. The sisters from all the religious service, all the religious have been coming to us and give us comfort. And these were the source of her strength to carry on. It was the prayers that helped her ease the pain and go to this battle. I used to console her during these times of suffering with that thought. Mommy, if ever you're gonna die, I know that you are ready. She has always, I told her that all your life, you can look back because you have made a difference to the lives of a lot of people. You're one person who everyone here in her encounter with her, be it a day or a few moments, if you look back at it, that it has made a significant impact to your life. She has always stressed to me, she has always been worried about a lot of things. She was not worried about what's going to happen to her, but was more worried about what's going to happen to our family. So we talk about my brothers and sisters. I've told Mommy, we are all ready to be on our own. And we're going to help Daddy through all of this. I've told them that whenever I was not on call, that I used to spend the mornings, early mornings, talking with Dad, and we were already talking about what we're going to do when we won't be with her anymore. I told her, oh Mommy, we have our plans, and these are our plans, I told her, and I showed her that we're gonna be all together. She was so concerned about our health at the house. Ang mga katulong dito who help us through all the years. She has told me, especially those who stayed with us even older than me, and she has told, huwag mo kalimutan si Lord, anak ko yan, panganay pa yan, bago ka pa pinanak, anak ko na yan, huwag mong kakalimutan, huwag mong papabayaan. And she told sila nanang nena, mga ganyan. And she mentioned all of the people who helped her all through these years and have remained loyal to us. I know that Daddy was, during the times when Mommy and all of us were in Manila, and Daddy was alone here, and she gave a call to Mommy. Mommy, ang daming katulong sa bahay, hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko. Sabi niya, I cannot handle the maintenance of all these people. And Mom said, Daddy, huwag ko make harsh decisions. Think about it. And then I was also heartened so much nung narinig ko ang mga katulong dito. Sabi nila, kasi ang sabi ng Daddy, baka parang recession, magtatanggal tayo. Sabi nila, oh, hindi kami aalis dito kahit wala kaming bayad. We consider this our home, sabi nila. And they were all united. They stayed here. They protected this house. They treated this as their own home. So I know that whatever grief that we're going through today, sila kasama namin. We have had this house 35 years, and we have all been one family in this house, yan ang masasabi ko. And everybody have helped us through these years would always linger with that thought that they did not leave this house as katulong, but they left this house as family members. And I can assure you, maraming graduate dito sa bahay na ito, and they still come to us and treat us like family members. She was so concerned about the clinic. And who's gonna take charge of the clinic? Daddy, huwag mo isasara ang clinic, sabi niya. Pag uwi ko, every day, dumating ang mga tao dito, tinatanong, paano na kami? I apologize for my choice to pursue my career in the US. I can no longer continue your task here in Solana. Sinabi ko sa kanya, you are full of idealism, Mommy. I became a doctor, Marisa became a doctor. And a lot of other doctors have followed your example. I am sure all the doctors who followed Mommy have made you their model. You are their inspiration, sabi ko sa kanya. Ngayon, marami ng doktor sa Solana. The task is not yours alone, sabi ko sa kanya. Hindi you should not take everything as your responsibility. let's give them a chance. Kaya sinasabi ko to doctors who are here with us, and all the doctors that I've spoke in the past few days, sinasabi ko sa kanila, you have a responsibility. Huwag nyo namang kalimutan, sabi ko. Ang sinasabi ng mami, huwag maawa kayo sa mga pasyenteng mahihirap. Ang sinasabi sa akin ng pasyente, past 2 days, tuwing umaga nandito, mga galing sa palengke, lalapit na lang sa akin, gagawin yung hawakan ng kamay ko, then they sleep some small amount of money. Sabi ko, wala kaming pera, pero ibibigay namin to para kandila. Sabi na gano'n. Ang mami mo, nung wala kaming pera, ginagamot niya kami. No questions, and I know how great a doctor she was. Alam ko maraming mawawalan dito, but I'm gonna tell you, lahat naman this is bound to happen. If not this year, baka naman sa succeeding. Lahat, everybody passes. Alam nyo, mommy was ready to face death, and I hope everybody should also be aware of that. That she was ready until the end, and she gave herself. Kaya, everybody who's grieving today because you're gonna lose a doctor, huwag kayong malungkot. I assure you, the doctors here in Solana would help. That mommy would always be their inspiration, would be there. Sana naman, huwag niyong kalimutan ang kanyang example. To pursue a career na pinagkait mo sa sarili mo. After she finished medicine 35 years ago, Daddy and Mommy were at the top of their class. Every year, they have reunions sa medicine. I've seen their 25th nung ako yung estudyante pa, and I used to compare them. Sinasabi ko, mayayaman yung mga kaklase ng Daddy. Ang Mommy ko, mga siya lang, mga pramdi, yung mga talaga mukhang taga-probinsya. No? Pero as I come to realize what is the measure of fulfillment, sinasabi ko, sa mga doktor na ito, nasa Amerika na kami, sinasabi ko, pinagtatabi-tabi ko, nandyan ang daddy ko, nandito ang doktor sa Chicago, ang laki ng bahay nila, mansyon, may swimming pool sa loob ng bahay, sinasabi ko, ayan sila, nandito ang mami daddy ko, they're not as rich as they are, but I would tell them that daddy and mommy are more fulfilled, kasi nandito sila. They chose to remain here and fight it out. They chose to remain out of the 400 graduates of their class. Sila ang naiwan, and almost half of their class nandun sa Amerika enjoying the luxuries. Kaya sabi ko naman, Mommy, Daddy, punta tayo sa Amerika, let's try to enjoy naman. Naghirap kayo, and this is our time, sabi ko. Should I deprive myself of another opportunity? Sinasabi ko, ang pinagkait ko sa Mommy, Daddy, ang pinagkait nila sa sarili nila, ang kanilang future, just to be here in Solana, the big sacrifices, the big decision they made after graduation, I gave myself a chance, but I've made my decision. Sinabi ko, Mommy, please understand my plight. Ginawa ko ang aking, I've done my share. Please give me a chance also. In my way, doon sa Amerika, makakatulong ako sa maraming tao dito. I can still focus all their eyes. Hindi ako mawawala. I can always be of help dito kahit nandun ako. And Marisa, she has assumed the role of my mommy. I hope Dodi will also remember this and understand. Hindi sa binigay namin ang responsibilidad na ito, but I hope they would realize that this is a task, that this is the vision of mommy, and I hope it should linger. I hope Terry is listening. I know umiyak ang anak ko nasa likod, but Terry, I hope nakikinig ka dyan, and I hope you've heard every word that has been said of mommy. You didn't have much time to stay with mommy. Lagi tayo sa Amerika. You have not spent much time with her as the other in-laws have. But all of these people here, nandito ngayon, are testimonials to what an extraordinary mother my mom is. I would like to express the thanks of our in behalf of my family, extend our thanks to our relatives and friends who showed their concern and comfort to us during these times. Especially to my uncles and aunties here in Solana as well as in Nueva Ecija and Central Luzon. Kahit may lahar, may baha, may lubak, they were always there to help us. They were our surrogate parents through all these times of crisis. I know your grief is as immense as ours, but I hope the process of recovery and healing will be as good. Sana sa lahat ng taga-Solana, you won't forget that my mother has come here to serve everybody unselfishly, passionately, untiringly. Let us not forget what she lived for, her vision, her examples, her ideals. I hope you would always remember her. And may she always remain with us in memory. Huwag natin kalimutan. Although she may be gone, let us remember what she has done for us. That she has made Solana a better life for everybody. Maraming salamat and good night. Thank you for your attendance tonight and sharing us in this grief. Thank you.